Good morning, YouTubies. It is nearly new bike day. I say nearly because it's not exactly new. It had 327 miles on it when I bought it, and it's not exactly new bike day either. I've had it for 2 months. Let's go for a ride and talk about it. All right, there she is. It's Lucy, my 2024 Honda Transalp. Let's take her for a little burn. Sport mode. Oh yeah. What a fun little bike, man. I love this thing. So yeah, I bought this bike on July 3rd. I had to drive to Fort Worth from here in Central Texas, and it rained on me the entire way back and all through the night, and I woke up July 4th to the catastrophic flooding that hit Central Texas and Kerrville. So it just didn't feel right to put out a video about buying a brand new motorcycle, or a slightly used motorcycle in this case. It just didn't feel right. So it's been about 2 months since all that went down. When I bought this motorcycle, it had 372 miles on it. I've got almost 1,900 on it now, so I've had quite a bit of time to get to know it and ride it and just enjoy it. And the biggest reason I bought this bike was because I wanted something that could go, a little bit faster, a little bit farther, and a little bit more comfortable. I had just got done doing the Southeast BDR on my little KTM 390. That's a great bike, man. I love the 390, but it's really not designed for big highway trips. Out on the East Coast, or on the southeastern part of the United States anyway, most of the speed limits are a little bit slower, the roads are a little bit tighter, a little bit curvier, and the KTM had no problem cruising around at 60, 65, 70 miles an hour. But anything over that, and it was just a nervous bike. It was pretty high strung. You felt like you're just like hanging on for dear life. And it was great on the trails. I mean, super easy. It goes wherever you point it. Low center of gravity. Doesn't weigh much. A lot of fun and confidence building for sure. But I want something that can do a little more. I want to do some door-to-door adventures. And another part of the reason I bought this is because they're about to release, well, I didn't buy it specifically for this, but things like this. They're about to release the Hill Country BDRX, and that's in my backyard. That's like basically, from where the route appears to be, probably about an hour away or so. So I'm definitely going to be riding that multiple times, I would imagine. And this is great for that kind of door-to-door adventure stuff. I also wanted something that my wife could ride on a little bit more comfortably. We went out on the KTM, and it was just too small. It's hard for me to be comfortable while riding around, and she just didn't feel that safe on it. So we got this, and I was looking at one of those Shad 44 or 48 liter top cases. I don't know how big it was, but I ordered it, and it was on back order for like 45 to 60 days. Well, I'm not waiting that long, so I bit the bullet. I spent the money. I bought the Honda top box, and it's a great box. The seat pad on it, the backrest on it is huge, and the angle of it is like it matches with the seat. So my wife felt super planted, super comfortable. There's plenty of room on this bike and plenty of power, so that's great. Man, this thing just loves carving these corners. That's the great thing about Central Texas and the Hill Country, man. Is if you want to carve canyon roads, this is got the best motorcycle roads in Texas out here. And the BDRX is supposed to give you a little taste of all of them, with the Twisted Sisters, part of the Dirty Sisters, out and around the Fredericksburg and Kerrville area. So it should be a beautiful route. Definitely encourage as many people to come out and ride it as they can. Also, the New Mexico BDR is about 6 hours away, so that's easily doable. I could do that this fall. But just riding around in Central Texas, man, this bike is built for it. I haven't done any actually off-road yet. The tires that come on this bike, they're Metzler Karoo Streets or something. They're great tires. I mean, they grip and they give you plenty of traction in the corners, carving up twisties. So I just can't bring myself to throwing away a perfectly good set of tires. So once I put some miles on these, some more miles on these anyway, I'll switch it over to some knobbies and get her into off-road mode. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy carving up these twisty roads. Probably do a couple of longer touring style trips. I've added a few things to this bike to help with the touring comfort. This bike actually had quite a few Farkles on it already. It came with the crash bars and the skid plate. It came with Viridian cruise control, heated grips, tail tidy. It actually had a low seat when I bought it because the guy was kind of short. I've since bought this Honda comfort seat, which is way better. Let's see. I put the Bark Busters on here. He had the factory Honda handguards, and they're just absolute garbage. So I took those off right away. Got some grip puppies on here to help with the vibes, which aren't bad actually. And I got these wind deflectors. I've had that one, but I bought these, and they do a really good job of eliminating a lot of that wind on the highway. It does make it a little bit warmer at low speeds, which not that big of a deal. I can kind of flip this down and direct the air towards me. But yeah, this is a great bike, man. I can't wait to really get to know it. The ergonomics on it are fantastic. The stand-up position on it is super easy and super relaxed and comfortable. I don't have any weight on my wrists at all. It's all in my feet. Look at that. Oh, it's just gorgeous. So I haven't made my way out to the impacted areas, the flooded areas out in Kerrville. I spent a lot of time in Kerrville. My wife and I used to own a travel trailer, and we would go and camp out on the Guadalupe River, and that's actually one of my favorite spots to go moto camping. I've actually made a moto camping video on the Guadalupe. I'm not going to tell you which place it was. I'm sure you could figure it out if you watch the video, but I definitely want to get out there and kind of see what's what. Like I said, it's been about 2 months, so I'm assuming they're still pretty raw about it, so I'm going to be respectful and give it some more time. I'm hopeful that the Hill Country BDRX is going to bring some much needed support and some relief into that area. I remember doing the Southeast BDR, and Hurricane Helene had gone through and caused a ton of damage before they even released the route. And as I was riding the route, it's stopping along at these little mom and pop shops and gas stations and restaurants and stuff like that. They were incredibly grateful that we were there spending money. So I hope the BDRX can do the same for Kerrville and Hunt and Comfort and Ingram and all those other areas that just had so much damage. Kerrville specifically. So, you know, if you're going to ride the BDRX, I definitely encourage you to get out and spend money at these smaller areas. I know Fredericksburg is probably going to be a pretty big base camp for a lot of folks, but if you can, go spend your money somewhere else. Anyway, that's my rant. That's my new bike. If you like this kind of content, I definitely plan on featuring this bike quite a bit more. I've got some upgrades planned. I've actually already bought some stuff. I just haven't put it on there yet. And if you like this kind of content, hope you consider subscribing. Otherwise, we'll see you along the way.